My husband was mad I wasn't pregnant yet but left me when I finally was. It led me to meeting my soulmate. My name is Anna. I'm 26 years old and I met my husband when I was 20 years old. I had run away from home to avoid the constant fights of my parents. My parents have been married for 30 years but they are not compatible. They fight over every little matter at home and it greatly affected me. Every day I find myself hating marriage and falling in love. My mental health was messed up as I also kept jumping from one relationship to another. I left my parents' place at the age of 19 and moved to another town in search of greener pastures. I thought things would be easy for me without my parents' support, but I was wrong. Things became totally hard even though I had a job that kept me alive, yet I could not make ends meet. I was on the edge of losing my apartment when I met Tony, a young entrepreneur. Tony had a large bakery in town with lots of workers working for him. I became one of his workers and worked diligently to earn my wages. 2 weeks after I started working there, Tony started making advances towards me. I could not resist his charming features as I also found myself staring at him frequently. He was rich and strikingly handsome, and when he asked me out on a date, I could not refuse. "Anna, I would love you to go on a date with me tomorrow night," he said to me with a rose flower in his hands. I felt my cheeks turning red from blush as I shyly replied to him. He took me out and we had a nice dinner together. We talked about our lives for a while before he made his intentions known. "Since you stepped into my bakery, I had the feeling that you were the one for me. I found it hard to take my eyes off you. I can't do without looking at you in a day. Please, will you be my girlfriend?" My face flushed. Yes, I will be your girlfriend," I replied with smiles all over my face as I hugged him that way. We started our love life and we had a beautiful, quiet wedding. After a year, life became comfortable for me. I was able to afford anything I wanted. My husband became more caring and affectionate. But after 7 months of marriage, I was not pregnant. My husband started acting strange towards me. "I thought you would be able to give me an heir after marriage. With your great shape, you should be able to produce a lot. But it's been 7 months and you have never been pregnant. For once, I can't keep wasting my time and money on a barren woman." "Ah, honey, I'm not barren. We are trying. You don't have to be so harsh on me. Why are you so hard on me?" I ended up crying to bed after he angrily left the apartment to drink. The next month, I missed my period and I was excited because I was finally pregnant. Pregnancy changed a lot of things about me. I found it hard to stay awake. I could not go to the bakery as usual. I was frequently nauseous and irritated my husband. Once my pregnancy was in the 6th month, we did a scan and realized that I was pregnant with a pretty girl. When you finally decided to get pregnant, you thought of giving me a girl. "If you know what's best for you, get rid of that thing and give me an heir," my husband threatened as soon as we got back to our apartment. I was rendered speechless after what he said. I managed to find my voice after a while. "A baby girl is not a bad thing. We should both come together and nurture her with love. Sweetheart, don't you dare lecture me on what I want. Get rid of that thing or I do it myself." I looked at my husband in dismay and thought of my parents. Memories of their daily flights flashed back as I thought of how my mother felt each time my dad fought with her. That night my husband did not return home. He came back the next day to only pack his bags and left me dazzled. He made it known that he had nothing to do with me. A week later I saw his pictures on social media with another lady getting married. The shock of his second marriage while I was pregnant with his child sent me into premature labor. I was rushed to the hospital by my neighbor, a young man in his early 30s. Martin helped me to the hospital and stood by me till I gave birth to my premature baby girl. My baby girl was so tiny that she had to be put in the incubator. My husband never checked on me till my baby was old enough to be out of the incubator. Tony kept flaunting the beautiful woman he just married who was a model. He kept spending on her and buying her numerous things till he almost became bankrupt. Martin, my neighbor, kept checking on my bae and I. He made sure he gave my girl Ella a massage every day when he came to visit. Martin just lost his wife 4 years back while she was delivering their first child. Since then he never remarried, but each time he comes to visit he takes extra care of me and shows his affection in numerous ways. Martin and I started going for walks together with Ella. He tried his best to make me happy and before I knew it I forgot about Tony, my ex-husband. When Ella was 2 months old, Tony sent the divorce papers to me and threatened me to sign them. With a heavy heart and tears in my eyes, I signed it and he left my life for good. Martin didn't let me feel Tony's absence as he took it upon himself to cheer me up. Together we went to the cinema, had ice cream during our walk and had dinner together. When Ella clocked a year, Martin organized a big birthday party just for her. He invited his co-workers and I invited some of my friends with their kids. Martin gave Ella a beautiful birthday present and we all had a nice time together. Once everyone left, he helped me clean and it was then he made his intentions known. Since I lost my wife, I felt no need to remarry. But the day I helped you to the hospital, I realized that you needed a shoulder to rest on. I started developing feelings for you not out of pity, but out of love for tiny Ella. Please. I'd love to have you in my life. I've fallen in love with Ella and I can't seem to part with her. I will be really glad if you will be my wife and fill the void left by my dead wife. I promise to take care of you and always love you. Oh, my God, Martin, you've been a wonderful man to me. I'll willingly accept you to be Ella's father and my husband. His family approved of our union and we had a beautiful wedding. One bright afternoon, a knock sounded on our apartment. I opened the door and saw a poor-looking man standing outside our apartment. How may I help you, sir? Anna, it's me. It's Tony. What? How did you turn out to be like this? My new wife squandered all my money on her career. I sold my bakery, took out a loan, and used my house as a mortgage. She eventually left with another wealthy man. But I'm homeless now and starving. Can you please take me back? Just then, Martin emerged from the room with Ella and interrupted. Is that my baby girl? She's pretty. Can I hold her? Tony asked. I heard everything you said. You have no place here. Anna is now my wife. And this is my child, not yours. Go away. You left me in pain, Tony. Now you want me back? It's too late. Go away and never come back here. I'm happy with my family. I slammed the door in his face. With Tony finally gone, my life became peaceful. After 3 years, I became pregnant with a baby boy for Martin. Martin treated me like an egg all through my pregnancy and pampered me well. I gave birth to a handsome, healthy baby boy whom we named Adrian. Together we all lived as a healthy, happy family full of smiles.